Oh shit. Oh, almost out of breath. That was wonderful. You know what? That was my favorite beatbox of the month. Anyway, guys, it's day 6 today. You know what that means? It's almost day 7. That's the first week weed free. And you know what? Not only am I not feeling the symptoms, I felt a little nauseous today, but I think that's because I was working my new job. Sweet. Went and applied for even more jobs. All the jobs in the world. Who needs them, right? I do. And now that I'm not sitting on my ass all the time, I can actually do something about that. But let me tell you, weed is not the thing that causes you to sit on your ass. It's the thing that you abuse to sit on your ass because you were already going to sit on your ass and you needed a legitimate excuse. But it's not even about an excuse. You just needed to calm down from the stress of knowing that you're intentionally inferior to yourself, which is what I was. You know, Jordan Peterson has a great video about overcoming obstacles and avoiding them. I'm not sure the exact title, but it's really true. Once you expose yourself to the thing that you're afraid of, just expose yourself. Let's say you're like me and you're afraid of applying for jobs because, I don't know, you're afraid people are going to judge you or something. A lot less of a problem now that I have way less of an ego, which, you know, of course, well, you know, but yeah, I was deathly afraid of applying for jobs. I did not want to do it because, I don't know, I've had a lot of bad experiences, but, you know, I did it one way or another. I just did some stuff online and now I got a job, and then I've gone some other jobs, you know, worked my way up to it. But all you have to do is expose yourself instead of, well, you know, not expose yourself. That's not going to get you hired. It might get you fired, but that's a whole nother video. Yeah, seriously, like, let's say you want to go apply to Shoppers Drug Mart, whatever, right? Go to Shoppers Drug Mart. Like, buy something. Say hi to the cashier, you know? Like, whatever, you know? If you go to a store regularly, go to that store. Talk to people. If you go there regularly, hand in a resume. Chances are they might hire you if they see you regularly and you always have a smile on your face. And if you don't have a smile on your face, you might want to start. Because, you know, we don't smile because we're happy. We're happy because we smile. You know, it can go either way. But it's one of those linked cofactors. It's just like mantra. You know, smiling is a mantra. Like, the muscles in your face make you happy. You know what I mean? But they can alternately make you sad. You know, if you're grumpy-faced all the time, if you have a grumpy expression on your face, you're locked into that emotion, and all you can experience is that emotion. So everywhere you go, flowers, grumpiness. Fucking everything withers and dies. The lake, oh, it's fucking dirty and polluted. People, oh, don't even get me started. You know, so there's lots of negative ways to look at the world. And, you know, if I can get into my story a little bit, you know, I have various reasons to avoid my problems and to smoke weed every day, like Snoop Dogg implies, which I really am not fond of that song anymore because it's consumerism. Consumerism has no place in psychedelics, which weed isn't, of course, a very strong psychedelic, but come on. Like, smoke weed every day? It's just not smart. Like, you could do it in the evening, sure, whatever, but, like, your real personality is never coming back to a full threshold. So, you know, your weed personality, you are weed personality. I am weed. You know, I'm still weed, so, like, you don't even have to smoke every day. You know, I smoked weed for 5 years. I'm still weed. I'm still empathy. I'm still music, beatboxing. And you know what? I'm making more videos now than ever. I have a job. You know, this is nothing to me. I don't care. I'm not boasting. I'm just happy. I have a job. I can still beatbox. You know? I'm less stressed. I have way more time. I've been on top of everything. My room's clean every single day. I prepare everything for myself. A glass of water. Before I go to bed, as I'm winding down, glass of water, set it out. clothes, set it out, room, clean the whole thing. You know, everything I'm going to put in my pockets the next day, put it on the counter in the same spot. No room for error. I'm a forgetful morning person, and it's stupid and stressful, and your brain uses more energy in the morning, so I do this stuff. And then, you know, like when I went to Queen Elizabeth Wildlands, you know, we smoked there, but we were fucking exhausted. Excuse the French, but we were exhausted. We didn't quite make it to the campsite that we wanted to. Our hike was supposed to be, my friend arranged this 12 kilometers up and down 400-foot hills, about 10 of them, and about 3 or 4 like 30-foot across beaver dams. It was a great trip. I'm so glad we went, and you know, my friend was really understanding. You know, we all kind of noticed that we were feeling under the weather. We got to this campsite. His water filter didn't work, so we're boiling water. The two of them almost passed out from dehydration or heat stroke or whatever. We're standing over this hot fire, dehydrated, trying to boil water so we can drink this boiling, purified water to cool ourselves down. It was a hilarious trip, but the next night was beautiful. Beautiful. And I won't tell you where we were, because you'll have to ask. And maybe I'll tell you secretly, because it's a really nice place and I don't want to ruin it. But you know, I've done lots of stuff since I quit smoking weed. In the last week, I've probably done more than in the last, I want to say 2 to 5 months. You know what I mean? Like, not more physically, because you know, I do stuff in a day. You know, I go out, I smoke weed, I come home, I watch a video or play a video game, or usually I don't read when I'm stoned, whatever, you know. So I'm doing things, but they're not productive. But this week I've got so much done. I just feel on top of everything. You know, when Jordan Peterson talks about it, he says, you know, well, this is the flip side. He says, if you were to spend 10 years following your conscience and do everything that your conscience tells you to, you would have no idea how many times multiplied your productivity would be. You have no idea. And in simply a week, my productivity has skyrocketed. I've made multiple videos every day. Couldn't get myself to do that before. I was down on myself all the time, you know, and not just me being down on myself, other people are down on you too, you know. And it's one of those things where your doctor tells you it's your problem, and you have to quit just to prove to him that it isn't. You know, weed wasn't my problem. My problem was avoidance because of anxiety, not because I'm lazy. I am a highly work-oriented person. I can work for 16 hours in a row on something I care about, 8-10 hours in a row on something I don't care about, whatever, you know. Whether it's on the computer or it's in a store or it's, you know, out in the wilderness, doesn't matter. I'm not a lazy person. You know, I don't enjoy suffering. I don't have a mental illness. You know, there's such thing as mental illness, but depression, anxiety, avoidance, these are not mental illnesses. These are the results of not following your conscience. And then for me, what happened was, you know, let's say you live alone, right? And for like 4 days, you don't take out the recycling or the garbage or whatever, you know, or let's say for a week or two, you know, so you've got, your recycling bins are full, your garbage is full, and you have a bag of garbage sitting by your front door, your shoes are kind of all messed up, your bed's not made, you know, you haven't washed your sheets in a while, you know, you got a full bag of finished laundry that you haven't put away yet, you got a bag of laundry that needs to be washed, you know, you don't have any laundry soap, fuck, you know, you've only got enough dish soap for like a couple dishes, you're out of shampoo, you know, you're late on your library fees, you know, like, all these things build up, and it gets to the point where you cannot think of it anymore without going insane. So what you do, how do you relieve that stress? How do you stop caring about all this shit you've let go? You smoke weed. And you know what? Smoking weed is better than just letting all your shit go, avoiding everything collapsing internally, and just, turning to something else like food or like sugar, alcohol. Way better weed than alcohol. Weed taught me something. Weed prepared me to go back into life. But I wouldn't rely on it. But what happens is, each of these little things that you haven't done takes away a bit of your energy. You don't notice. People almost laugh when I say that organization and cleanliness reduces stress, improves productivity. They say, yeah, prove it. Where are the facts? Where are the facts? Why don't you try it and see, I tried it, and it works. I used to think I had depression. I thought I had bipolar 2. I thought I had borderline personality disorder or Asperger's. I didn't know what was wrong with me. Everyone, my father, my mother, my brother, everyone. What's wrong with Connor? What's wrong with him? Why is he so sad all the time? Why is he so stressed? Why is he always talking about all the stuff in life that he hates? And all the stuff that's frustrating him, and all the stuff about society that's wrong and maligned. I still think that way, but it's heaven and earth, Naruto sums it up greatly in the Chunin exams. I don't remember the exact quotation as worded poetically, but essentially what they say at this riddle, to put you on the right track, is that if heaven is where you come from, or the skill you have, hence intelligence, wisdom, it's the lower, or the upper chakras, the upper 3/4 chakras, heaven. If heaven is what you have, then you train in earth. If you're the intellectual type of person, creative person, a vocal, linguistic type of person, you need to train in those practical skills. If you're a creative person, the hardest thing for you to do, and the most important thing for you to do, it seems counterintuitive, is to be routine, to be habitual, to be conscientious in your work, to be progressively dealing with all the tasks in your life that you have. Creative people are very often, prone to having everything in chaos, and that's how they live, and they're crazy, but they produce great art, but their life's in shambles, they have depression, alcoholism, whatever, right? But, so if you have the earth trait, then you need to train in heaven. If you're a big, strong guy, you do a lot of exercise, you eat good, let's say, you do these other things, you work hard, you're not afraid of commitment. What you need to do, and what you probably don't want to do, is train in the intellectual things, train in the creativity. So, I was up in heaven with my head in the clouds, and now I have to train on earth and come to the morbid reality that is the consumerist workforce. And that's okay, because even though we're all slaves in this system, I know I can play the game and beat them at it. So, that's all there is. I'm done being constricted by my own self. Peace.